I'm Kevin Conway. I'm a registered professional forester for CAL FIRE's resource management program. And today I'm going to teach you how to measure the height and the diameter of this tree behind me with tools that you have at home. One of the tools we use to measure the heights of the trees is a Acklandometer. The Acklandometer does some basic trigonometry for us, and it allows us at a fixed distance to measure the angle to the top of the tree, the angle to the bottom of the tree, and from that determine the total height of the tree. So the Acklandometer I'm holding here is the fancy version that we use as foresters, but you can make this at home. It's really a fairly simple tool with some very simple ingredients that all of you should have laying around the house. So for this exercise, you're going to need a pair of scissors, some tape or some glue, straw, a short piece of string, a weight for the bottom of your string, and the template that we are providing you here, and a piece of cardboard which you can get from a cereal box you have in your kitchen. Okay, so now that you've made your home Acklandometer, I'm going to show you how to use it. So we're going to measure this redwood tree that's in this nice open park with lots of room for folks to distance themselves. And I'm going to look through the sight tube at the top of the tree, and I'm going to keep walking back until the angle on my Acklandometer measures 45 degrees. When my angle is 45 degrees, and I'm going to use that because if you remember your trigonometry, a right triangle with two 45-degree angles, the base and the height are going to be the same. So if I measure the distance to myself from the tree, I will also be measuring the height of the tree. So I'm going to get a assistant who's going to help me measure from the tree to where I'm standing. Okay, so she has a 25-foot measuring tape. You can see that she had to stop because she was already out at 25 feet. Okay, and you pulled it all the way, so that's another 25 feet. So I now know that from my eye to the tree is 50 feet, which means from my eye level to the top of the tree is 50 feet. But we want to know the total height of the tree. So we need to know how high my eye is off the ground. So my assistant is going to measure the height from the ground to my eye. It's 5 feet 7 inches. So if we add 5 feet 7 inches to the height of our tree, which was 50 feet, we would get 55 feet and 7 inches. We're going to drop the 7 inches because we're not that accurate, so we're going to call it a 55-foot tall tree. Now that you've learned to measure a tree with tools you can put together from home, let me show you how I would do it out in the woods as a forester. Plug it into a tree, and I have the Acklandometer that has done much of the math for me. The tree height that I get with my tools is 52.5 feet. And so that shows you how close you can get to getting an accurate tree height measurement with tools you can make at home. In addition to tree height, we're also interested in the diameter of our tree. And so this is again is another measurement that you can do with just a standard tape measure. So we do diameter at what foresters call breast height, which is 4.5 feet above the ground. So I'm going to measure to 4.5 feet above the ground. I'm going to have my assistant hold the tape measure on the tree, and then I'm going to wrap it around, and we're going to see that this tree is 7 feet in circumference, but we're interested in the diameter of the tree. So to go from circumference to diameter, we're going to divide by pi. I don't have a calculator with me, so we're going to simplify pi, which is 3.14 to 3, and dividing our 84 inches by 3 is going to give us a 28-inch diameter tree. Now that I've shown you how you can do that with just a tape measure, I'm going to take the logger's tape, which is a tool that foresters have. It has just a standard tape measure on one side, but it's flexible for wrapping around trees. And on the other side, it already has gradiated in pi, so it'll give you the diameter of the tree by telling it the circumference. So I'm going to plug this into the tree. I'm going to walk it around, Bring this back to my 0 mark, and this tree is approximately 26 inches in diameter. So a little bit off from what we got with our tape measure, but if we would have divided by 3.14 instead of 3, we'd probably be closer to what the actual measurement is, because you can see if I look at the far side of my tape, we're still getting that 7-foot measurement for the circumference of the tree. So why are these two measurements important? From the height and diameter of this individual tree, by taking those same measurements from a number of trees across the forest, we can draw some conclusions to the health of our trees, how vigorously they're growing, the type of wildlife habitat that we're providing, the volume of wood products we might get out of this stand, the timing of any type of forest health treatments that need to be applied to this stand, and how much water we might expect to come out of this watershed. For more information, please go to resources.ca.gov/Earth Day 2020.